What is up, everybody? Is I Ronin, and I'm very sorry I forgot to do some. I forgot an upload on Tuesday, so there should be two videos going up today. I don't know if this will come up before or after the first one, but yeah. So there's gonna be two today. Very sorry. Also, very sorry. This is probably going to be a shorter video because yeah, Ancient Gears got a Link monster. A bunch of other things got Link monsters too. I just didn't really care enough to test those decks. I mean, I can if you want me to, but it's not something I think I will actively be trying to do. But as you all know, if you've watched the channel long enough, I I love Ancient Gears. I've gone on record multiple times saying it's my favorite deck. So when I heard they got a Link monster, I was super hyped. But yeah, so I kind of did some testing of it, and I just wanted to sort of give my thoughts. I'll show a replay, obviously, as I usually do. But yeah, so before we go into it, really, let's go over Ancient Gear Ballistic Shooter. It's an Earth Machine Link monster of two links, one pointing to the right, one pointing to the downward left. So it's not terrible. I would have liked it a little more if the both arrows were down, but not much you can do about that. Its summoning requirements are two Earth Machine monsters. This deck list up here is sort of something I sort of threw together. Pretty standard Ancient Gear stuff, but with a Machina engine. It's actually pretty good for just getting two monsters on board, so that helps. And when it's Link summoned, you can add an Ancient Gear monster or a Gear Town from your deck to your hand. Then it has another ability that lets you target a face-up spell trap you control and a face-up monster your opponent controls. You destroy the spell trap, and then your opponent's monster as attack and defense get zeroed out each. And this is a hard once per turn. So, uh, right off the bat, you might look at this card and think, it's not great. Like, it's awesome that it searches Gear Town. It's awesome that it searches Ancient Gear monsters. So it's definitely a consistency booster in that regard. But beyond that, it doesn't really do a whole lot. The zeroing out effect is only really relevant because it lets you pop a Gear Town. Uh, but, you could always do that pretty easily and a lot better with just Catapult Gear Town. That's like the basic Ancient Gear combo right there. Like, you can do what this card does and more with that. But I don't know, I found a different use for it. Not as like a play starter, but it's kind of a good backup plan, I feel like. Well, we'll go over in the replay, but if someone handles your catapult or your gear town before you can actually, use them, it's kind of nice to have this as a way to continue making plays, even if those plays are less effective. But we'll go over that in the replay. I'll see you guys there. All right, on to the replay for this little review with Poseidra 18. We are new tricks because old gears, learning new tricks is a thing. And our opponent will be going first, so keep that in mind. Things did work out turn-wise for this deck pretty well. But yeah, so our opponent's going to go first. Going to go ahead and right off the bat, setting the Cosmic Cyclone, activating the card destruction. So we both have to discard a hand, draw new hands, and this is a pretty good hand. We have a Gear Town, which is always nice. Way to make Ballistic Shooter, a Search, a Fusion. It's a good hand. However, he is going to go ahead and get a few danger effects, uses the desires to draw a couple more dangers, has double Super Poly in hand, which he can't really use against us. Because I looked at his list a little bit earlier, and he didn't have much in the way of, like, targets for us. But yeah, so we got Agapogo Pass, a Cosmic Cyclone, and two Super Polys. Not a formidable board, as I'm sure you can tell, but with our combo, it might be. So we're going to draw, and we top deck the Catapult. So normally, you Ancient Gear players know, Gear Town Catapult, you love that. Like, this is just game. You have game on board right now, and no one is going to stop you because you opened up the combo. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and activate Gear Town, get Cosmic Cyclone. Uh, Now, normally, before the Link Monster, this is probably where our plays would have stopped. We might have summoned Hunting Hound, made a big beater, maybe just got a search off of Wyvern. But generally speaking, from here, our plays outside of like beating over Agapogo wouldn't be much. However, we now do have Link Monster. So we summon the Machina Gear Frame to get the Machina Cannon, special summon it with its own effect, which is discarding any number of machine monsters. Then we link into the Ballistic Shooter. And now Ballistic Shooter will activate, searching into Gear Town. We activate our Gear Town. Then with Ballistic Shooter's ability, we're going to pop Gear Town, zero out the Agapogo, and then we're going to special summon a Hunting Hound from deck. Then Hunting Hound's effect will let us fusion into the Megaton Golem. And from there, we can just attack. Now, I do attack in the wrong order here. I should have attacked with Megaton second, but that was my bad. Because he is going to be summoning the Sky Slasher by banishing some stuff. So we have to end our turn there. Now it's our opponent's turn. They're going to go ahead and use the Sky Slasher's effect to pop our Megaton. Megaton will let us get to the ultimate gear. Then he is going to mind control. A little not super great on the Bigfoot. I Now I feel like he maybe could have Bigfoot popped the. Well, no, I guess he wanted to keep his Super Polys alive, so that's fair. So he's going to link them away into the Masquerena. Then it's our turn, and things are just going to kind of stall here for a little bit, so I'm just not going to really do it. Any commentary, so, you know, just sort of wait to get monsters and stuff. We did get the Fortress, which is pretty nice. However, he is going to Cosmic Cyclone it, but the Catapult with Fortress has similar effectiveness to Catapult Gear Town. He's going to attack again. We managed to top deck yet another Fortress. This time he does not have a Cyclone for it, so we are finally able to sort of get our plays started once more. We're going to summon the Wyvern from deck, which will let us go ahead and get a search as well as Gear Town effect to special summon from deck. Wyvern is going to get called by the grave because one is already there, as you can see, so we will not be getting a search. But we will be getting a Megaton Golem back, and we're able to just go ahead and attack. And then it is our opponent's turn once more, and I have no idea. Yeah, well, I guess I do get what he was trying to do. He was trying to not discard the Agapogo, so we could summon it and get another draw. So that actually wasn't bad. But he unfortunately did get the Agapogo, and from there he stops because yeah, he was attacker game next time. So that was sort of Ballistic Shooter in action. I didn't have a whole lot of time to test it, so I might be missing something, but I don't think it's a play starter. I really don't. Like most of the time, you would only ever really need to go into Ballistic Shooter if you didn't have what you wanted, or what you wanted got hit, kind of like with the Gear Town this game. So final thoughts on it. It's not a bad card. It's just not like a run it free at all times card. It's a good backup plan. It's another way to get to some beatdowny aspects, possible OTKs, and that's all it really needed to do. So I am perfectly fine with that. Just know that it's not going to be your bread and butter as an Ancient Gear player. But yeah, all that being said, that'll be the video. Let me know what you guys think of this Link Monster. Should I test out the other new ones? Am I missing something with Ballistic Shooter that's just like huge and game breaking with it? And yeah, like if you liked, comment if you have something to say, and subscribe if you want some more. This has been Ronin, signing off.